Gombe State Sports Commission Malam Farouk Yamal has sent his congratulations as he splashed a token of 100,000 naira on Muyal Simon Kwaranga. Muyal Kwaranga, Gombe State athlete at the National Youth Games in Asaba Delta State, claimed 3 gold medals in the gymnastics. The 13-year-old Muyal came out tops as the overall best with a spectacular performance winning the vote and also the floor event. I would like to take a moment to congratulate Muyal Simon Kwaranga, an exceptional emerging talent who made Gombe State proud in the National Youth Games in Asaba. A remarkable achievement, not only showcase her dedication and talent, but also highlight the immense potential within our community. To honor her outstanding performance, I'm thrilled to announce that my company, Prudential Sport Limited, a fully registered sport management firm, will present Muyal with a token of 100,000 naira. The grant will be processed through the chairman of the Gombe State Sport Writers Association. Kudos to Muyal parents for their unwavering support throughout her journey. However, how can we sustain her momentum and ensure her continued success in the sport? It is a concerning that Muyal is currently the sole representative from Gombe State at the National Youth Games, especially when other states in Gombe State to critically assess its sports sector. As we celebrate Muyal's achievement, let's come together to build a sustainable sports culture in Gombe State that empowers our youth and showcase their incredible potentials, said the former Honorable Commissioner for Youth Empowerment and sponsor of MC Yamalite Gombe. And of course, before we move, let's move, and let's go to CAF. Before we head out to CAF, let's go straight to this sad news that we're getting all the way from beach soccer, where we hear that the KB Beach Soccer Club, KBSC, regrets to announce that the team will not be participating in the 2024 Beach Soccer Worldwide organized World Winners' Cup in Alghero, Italy this month. The decision comes after the non-issuance of visas to the team by the Italian embassy, citing a late application despite several communications since August. Although we are disappointed to miss out on the opportunity to feature in the World Cup for beach soccer clubs for the third time, we are committed to represent Nigeria and Africa at the global event. We now shift our focus to preparing for the 2024-2025 KB Beach Soccer League and the 2024-2025 Nigerian Beach Soccer League, which will be with the hope of retaining the league title and extending our haul to 4 in 5 seasons. We would like to thank our fans, supporters, and the stakeholders for their understanding and continued support during this time. We look forward to a greater future and tournament ahead. This is a statement from KB Beach Soccer Club. Sad one. We talked about that a week ago, where they were grouped for the World Winners' Cup. Unfortunately, due to lack of insurance of visas, they would not be featuring in that competition. And of course, to CAF, where we hear that CAF President Patrice Motsepe has confirmed the new date for the 2024 African Nations Championship, CHAN. According to the CAF President, the competition will be played between 1st to the 28th of February 2025 in Kenya. The first round of qualifiers will be played on the weekend of the 25th to the 27th of October 2024. We stay with CAF, where ahead of the 2025 African Cup of Nations, the host Morocco have intensified their readiness for the competition. The North African got the nod to host the Bayanois event following the stripping of Guinea. The government of Morocco on Monday gave the directive and approval that Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium in Rabat be rebuilt. The capacity must be increased more than the present 65,000. The stadium was first constructed in 2023. Since then, tonight has undergone a series of renovations. Apart from the 2025 AFCON, the stadium is also one of the stadiums submitted to host the 2030 World Cup. And now ask me a question, a stadium that was built in 2023 has been renovated so many times. What about stadiums here built in Nigeria over millions of years ago, and nobody seems to be caring about the infrastructure? But that tells you how sport is taken seriously far away in Morocco. Still with CAF, we hear with an update coming from Kenya. 2 key sponsors have threatened to dump the Confederation of African Football CAF if the current president Patrice Motsepe refused to run for second term in office. The tenure of the South African business mogul is to expire in 2025, and he said to declare publicly if he will be running for a second term in office. The executive meeting of the body was held in Kenya on Monday, and he made it clear that 2 of their sponsors have made it clear that they will revoke their relationship if he fails to run. 2 of our sponsors told me if I don't continue, we might consider to stop sponsoring CAF. He said several big heads in the game have signified interest in taking up the position if he decided to back down. Still talking Patrice Motsepe, we hear the president of CAF, Patrice Motsepe, has said he inherited a huge debt when he took over from the past president. Motsepe took over from the reign of the body from Ahmed in 2021, and he has succeeded in increasing the revenue of the body. While speaking in Kenya, Motsepe said he inherited a whopping $50 million in debt, and he has been able to reduce it to $9 million. Meanwhile, the Congress of the body has been moved from DR Congo to Ethiopia due to the outbreak of mpox. So the Congress will not take place in DR Congo, but will take place in Ethiopia. We move away from CAF and let's come down back home to talk about Nigerian sport. And this time we head out to, of course, the camp of the Flying Eagles, talking about the under-20 national team. We hear the Flying Eagles will go toe-to-toe in a friendly game on Wednesday, the 18th, at 7 a.m. at the FIFA Go Project in Abuja. They will take on Water FC as part of the preparation for the 2024 WAFB Under-20 Championship. The Flying Eagles resumed campaign last Thursday in Abuja under the watch of Aliyu Zubairu as head coach. Recall that the Executive Committee of the Nigerian Football Federation has approved the recommendation of its Technical Development Subcommittee for the appointment of Zubairu as the head coach of the National 20 Boys. Flying Eagles Zubairu's task is to put together and prepare a team for the WAFB Under-20 Championship scheduled for October-November in Togo, where the zone representative will emerge for next year's Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. They've already been training here in Abuja, especially at the Go Project. We expect more players, to join up, and hopefully Coach Zubairu will be able to pick out the best players to participate in that competition. And then let's touch on the Nigerian Premier Football League for a moment. Don't forget match day 2. Oh, come on. Was fueled a lot of firecrackers, fireworks, a lot of things happening in the NPFL. But now we'll be hearing from the coach of the Nigerian Premier Football League side, Plateau United, Mboaz Magut. He believes that the newly acquired players that he got will live up to the expectation. The George-based side on Sunday held Shooting Stars to a 1-0 draw in the match day 2 of the league. The Peace Boys added 12 new players to fortify their squad in the off-season. The new players we brought in are rare of good qualities. They just played 2 games and they need to blend together. Magno told Plateau United Media, and I'll quote him, individually they can match up the players that left the clubs at the end of last season. I can assure you in 3 or 4 games the best of the team will come. End of quote. If you look at the NPFL table, you realize that, of course, Plateau United hasn't had the best of start to the NPFL season. And the first game, they beat Katsina United by 1-0 at home and played a 1-0 draw with Shooting Stars away. 4 points they've got so far on the table. If you look at the table clearly, 4 points they've got so far on the table, and they sit 5th on the log. Don't forget that they won't forget the target for Mangut is to get his team to play in the continent, whether in the CAF Champions League and of course the CAF Confederations Cup. So far no good. Not a perfect start, but at least still unbeaten. And of course, the new club known as Godswill Akpabio United FC has been bettered in Akwa Ibom State. You heard me. According to reports, the club have carried out the necessary registration that will complete in the 2024-2025 Nigerian National League (NNL). It was gathered that the players and the officials of the club will soon be recruited ahead of the season, leading officials of the team on a courtesy call on the State FA at the Uyo Township Stadium on Monday. General manager of the newly formed team, Mr. Kufre Inima Kotoki, said that the Godswill Akpabio United Football Club is formed to galvanize unity and love among Akwa Ibom youth, as well as to expose hidden talents to the national and international limelight. While promising to work in synergy with the State FA, Inima said, and I'll quote him exactly, our target, yes, is to qualify for the MPFL next season. Responding, the chairman of the State FA, Mr. Samuel Umar, commended the management of the club for deeming it necessary to identify with the football body in the state. Mr. Umar encouraged the team officials to register quality players that will execute the league and promised to support all the teams that are affiliated with the State FA to succeed. And of course, we go to some more good news. We hear from the camp of the Super Eagles. Far away, we hear that injured Nigerian Super Eagles defender Bright Osei Samuel has recovered fully from injury. The Nigerian international has been out of action in the last 3 weeks due to injury. He missed the opportunity to represent Nigeria at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Benin Republic and Rwanda. The skillful wing back resumed training with the rest of the team on Tuesday morning and is expected to be ready for action by the weekend. And now to more cheering news, Super Falcons midfielder Ngozi Okobi is officially a mom after 7 years. We hear that Okobi tied the knot with her real estate Mugu sweetheart Ahmed Ogenege in 2017. The 30-year-old, who is currently pregnant with her first child, took to social media app X to share her cute picture of her baby bump as she welcomed her baby in Canada. Her post on X read, "Congratulations to me. God be praised. I'm a mother, new mom. I'm in my new season." Recall Okobi almost quit football after former Super Eagles coach Randy Wardrobe left out of the 2023 World Cup squad in Australia and New Zealand. So big news there from Ngozi Okobi, one of the I think she's one of our best midfielder of all time. Beautiful midfielder. She knows how to pass the ball and create chances. And this is good to see that at least we can get to see female footballers who live their normal life while they play beautiful football. So some more good news. We hear that 18-year-old ex-Golden Eagles captain Yaya Lawali has joined Czech Republic side MFK Kavina from Mannheim FC. The youngster linked down with a 4-year deal with the Czech Republic top flight team. The 18-year-old, who was initially targeted by Barcelona and Lyon, chose a move to Czech Republic side. He's expected to help his team as they challenge for the Fortuna League title this season. I remember him at the Under-20 World Cup under coach Ladan Boso. He was indeed a Trojan in the heart of the defense. Also, Nigerian Super Falcons defender Tosin Dimei has decided to part ways with her French feminine side Stade Reims. Dimei joined the club in 2022 after representing Falconets at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. She announced her departure through her social media handle, where she also thanked the fans. And I'll quote, "After amazing years and season in Reims, I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to share and be part of those moments with you. I want to thank the president, coaches, club staff, medicals, teams, and especially my teammates who have become family for the belief and the hard work that resulted in an unforgettable championship. To the fans, thank you for the support through difficult and simple times. Reims is a special place, and I understand what Remons means. I wish everyone another successful and amazing season. Allez Rouge, merci beaucoup, pou," she wrote on her X handle. Wait to see where she'll be playing her football next. I know she was very, very good utility player. She was part of the Super Eagles player, Super Falcons team, I beg your pardon, at the 2023 Women's World Cup, I remember, and also at the 2024 Paralympic Games. She was crucial to the backline of the Super Falcons under coach Randy Wardrobe. And of course, it's not a good news, I can tell you, because for Nigerian lovers and of course the fact of Victor Osimhen had is now a Victor Osimhen FC, because less than 48 hours after making his Super League and Galatasaray debut, Super Eagles ace Victor Osimhen has been ruled out of Tuesday's game against Gaziantep FK. Osimhen, who is on a season-long loan from Napoli, was an instant hit for the yellow and red, helping Galatasaray to a resounding 5-0 home win over Raspor. The Super League fixture against Gaziantep, built for the Reims Park Stadium, is a rescheduled match. The 3-game. It was postponed by the Turkish Football Federation owing to Galatasaray's involvement in the Champions League playoffs against Young Boys. The TFF has given a reason why the Nigerian won't play against Gaziantep FK. This is due to his transfer status, so he's ineligible to play as he didn't make the move before match day 3. Recall, Osimhen completed his move to the Galatasaray a few days before the close of the Turkish transfer window. Okay, guys, now let's give you some more stories coming from Nigeria. Don't forget, you can be part of the show. Come on, be part of the show. Let's have your take on what's happening around Nigeria. But of course, the major talking point has to be this talking point, this story, and I'll read it out quickly so that you can have your take on this story. And it's concerning a certain man. His name is Ademola Lookman. Yes, we heard a former Nigerian international, Emmanuel Amunike, has shown his weight behind Ademola Lookman to become the next CAF Player of the Year award. In an interview, Amunike, who won the CAF Player of the Year award in 1994, Lookman's rise to prominence is no surprise to him. Lookman has been outstanding for both the Italian club Atlanta and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The winger scored 3 times to help the Eagles reach the 2023 AFCON final and was named in the team of the tournament. He played a key role as Atlanta got to the final of the Coppa Italia, where they lost by a goal to nil to Serie A giant Juventus. But Lookman put up a world-class performance in the Europa League final against Bayer Leverkusen as he bagged a hat-trick to help the club to a 3-0 victory. He carried his club from the carried his club form to the Eagles and bagged the brace in the 3-0 win against Benin Republic, and was unlucky to see his goal disallowed in the goalless draw with Rwanda. His impressive performance for both club and country saw him nominated in the 30-man Ballon d'Or shortlist. He's the only African who made the cut. Speaking on the former Everton and Leicester City forward display, Amunike said, and I'll quote him, "He's in line to be crowned the African Footballer of the Year. If he continues the way he's doing, I watched the last game against Rwanda and his performance was outstanding. It shows that he has been able to consolidate himself with African football. Why I won't? When I won it, I think people want it again, and then Kano. If Nigeria win it next, it is definitely a joyous one. It's a thing of great motivation that shows the future is bright for our young player. We need to continue to support our players both in Europe and in our local leagues. We all need one another to form the ecological system that governs our football for our football to thrive." End of quote. The 1994 AFCON and Atlanta 1996 gold medal winner also commended on Victor Osimhen's recent loan move to Galatasaray. In his words, he said Galatasaray is a big club and it's a good thing for Osimhen to be playing under a great coach who understands the importance of hard work. End of quote. And then that brings us to the talking point of today. In the first part of the show, it's simple. Do you think that a certain Ademola Lookman is set to be crowned the African Footballer of the Year, making it 2 Nigerians in the row? Don't forget that a certain Victor Osimhen, yes, won the award last time out and did Nigeria proud last year when he won the Scudetto and also was a top scorer for Napoli on their way to that title. So the numbers to be part of the show to talk about this is simple. Send us a WhatsApp message, like I said, a WhatsApp voice note, a WhatsApp call, SMS, or call us. And don't forget, you can also include. Don't forget, from now on, the prediction is on from now to the end of the show. Yes, the prediction is now from now to the end of the show. How do you predict? It's very simple. Send us the right score line. Predict the right score line between the game between Young Boys and Aston Villa and AC Milan versus Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League. But before that, you can also talk about, like I said, the major talking point, which is today, where we're talking about Lookman Ademola. Do you think he is the right man set to be crowned the CAF Player of the Year? So do that. The numbers are 0808 312 8618, 0808 312 8618, or you can also call on 0700 010 961 961. I'll take that again, 0700 010 961 961. WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp call, SMS, or call us, or you can also drop your messages on our YouTube page. Don't forget, like I said, you can don't forget to like, share, subscribe, so whenever we go live on the show, you'll be part of that conversation. So talk to us, guys. We want to hear from you. Tell us clearly, do you think that Ademola Lookman is set to be crowned the Africa Footballer of the Year? Let's hear from you. As we're expecting those calls are coming in, quickly let's give you some more stories before we go to the halftime break. I will let you know, of course, that the Premier League giant, talking about Chelsea, former Chelsea defender Glenn Johnson is happy that the Blues failed to sign Victor Osimhen this summer. Osimhen was linked to a move to former European champions all summer. The Premier League giant, however, failed to match his wage demand, which led to the collapse of the move on transfer day. The 25-year-old instead joined Turkish Super League champions Galatasaray on a season-long loan. And Johnson said his former club ought to have signed the powerful striker to improve their young squad. In his quote, the obvious one would be Victor Osimhen. He was a big name they wanted and didn't get. They signed a lot of youngsters and maybe in the time teams that may not be in the team straight away despite spending a lot of money on them. And I think Osimhen is a big signing and they have missed out on the words of Glenn Johnson. The former defender Claudio still advised the club, talking about Liverpool, to make Crystal Palace winger Eberechi their top target next year following the 26-year-old failure to secure a move from Selhurst Park this summer. Johnson believed that Eze would be an excellent replacement for Mohamed Salah should he decide to leave upon the expiration of his contract at the end of the season, given the interest shown by several exciting clubs. Johnson is also optimistic that Federico Chiesa, who might make his club debut on Tuesday against AC Milan, will bring more excitement once he's settled down at Anfield. According to the Mirror, the 40-year-old emphasized that the team has to go all out for Eze. In his words, he said he's been unstoppable in certain games, and as long as he can do that more regularly, then he definitely gets into the Liverpool team if that signing was to happen. So Johnson went on to say he has one of these players he's one of those players that will be a nightmare to play against, so it all depends on whether he can do it every week, because he doesn't at the moment. If they can get him firing weekly, and I believe it will be a great sign. Eze's contract with Crystal Palace expires at the summer of 2027. Don't forget, yesterday, one man was in action for his team. His name is Bruno Yemechi. And yes, he was on target for Boavista in their 2-2 draw away to Australia in the Portuguese top flight on Monday night. The last time Yemechi scored, it was in January 29th, 2023 in a 4-2 win over Boavista against Portimonense. Also in the league, Boavista has now gone 4 straight games without a win, losing 2 and drawing 2. Yemechi put Boavista ahead in the 23rd minute before Nani equalized for Australia on the 34th minute. Elijah Vukotic restored both Boavista's lead in 5 minutes into added time in the first half, but Kika has got the equalizer for the home team in the 68th minute. Yemechi was in action for the Super Eagles in the doubleheader against Benin Republic and Rwanda in the AFCON qualifier. The left back featured both games, which saw the Eagles beat Benin 3-0 and ended goalless in Kigali. Also, we hear that Libya has fired their coach, Mulitin Sedovic, following his Mediterranean Knights' poor start to the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying series. Mediterranean Knights are winless after 2 games in the qualifiers. The North Africans started their qualifying campaign with a 1-1 draw against Amavubi of Rwanda, and they lost 2-1 to the Cheetahs of Benin on match day 2. According to the Libya Observer, the Libya Football Federation was working to employ a new coach before the Mediterranean Knights doubleheader against Nigeria next month. Nigeria will first host them at the Gospel of Abiy while the reverse fixture will be held in Tripoli. Before we take the first break of the day, we heard our former Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa is contemplating making a return to competitive football. Musa has remained clubless since leaving Turkish Super League club Sivasspor early this year. The forward joined Sivasspor on a 2-year contract in September 2022. His contract was terminated on mutual agreement. In a post on X, Musa posted, "Let's go again. Which team do you wish for me to sign?" with a picture of all the logos of the 20 clubs in the NPFL, talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League. The 31-year-old had 2 stints with the Nigerian Premier Football League club NPFL Kano Pillars in the past. He played for Pillars in the 2009-2010 season, netting 18 goals and 25 league appearances. Musa returned to the club in 2021, featuring 8 times for them. So how long, which team do you want him to play for, Musa? Is it Eimba? Is it Kano Pillars? Is it El Kadem Warriors of Meduguri? Where do you want him to play? Is it Enugu Rangers? Come on. Come on, the Enugu Rangers International. Where do you want Ahmed from Musa, the captain of the Super Eagles, to play in the Nigerian Premier Football League? Okay, guys, we'll take a breather. When we come back, come on, we'll go through the forest. Come on. Champions League football is back. Come on, guys, I repeat, Champions League football is back, and we're bringing you all the juicy details, all the things to look out for in the games coming up. Okay, Don't go nowhere, more to come. Before then, don't forget, keep those predictions coming in on your WhatsApp voice note, call, SMS on either of the numbers. The prediction is simple. Young Boys versus Aston Villa, AC Milan versus Liverpool. All these and more when we come back. Don't go nowhere. Sport Lounge continues shortly. Okay, guys, and welcome back to the show. If you just joining us, it's Sport Lounge on Voice of the People, 96.1 from Abuja, and it's still your sport bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor, and Nonso Rain Sechi, and I'm here, like always, to give you all the latest gist happening in the world of sport. If you missed the first part of the show, yes, you missed a lot. You missed a lot of the stories from the local scene, but now we're delving into the foreign scene to give you all the happenings, especially in the UEFA Champions League. But before we go there, don't forget, you can follow us on all our social media handle, Voice of the People, 96.1 from Abuja. Do that quickly. And also, you can also live on YouTube right now. We're streaming live. Like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. So anytime we come up live, you get to join us on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and will be in your speakers. Okay? Don't forget, I did tell you we're in giving mood, so you can feel free to be part of the competition for today. And there's a bounty on the line. Simple. Predict the score line, the correct score line between the game between Young Boys versus Aston Villa and AC Milan versus Liverpool at the San Siro. You start through SMS, WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp call us, or either of the numbers on 0808-312-8618, 0808-312-8618, or 0700 010-961-961, 0700 010-961-961. Also, you can have your conversation as well before you make those predictions. You can talk to us about all the issues around what we've discussed so far on the show. Okay, I've got one man in the studio, Mr. J. Again, he sneaks into the building as always. Mr. J, good evening and welcome to Sport Lounge.
Thank you very much, Sports Bishop. You know, when it's sports time, we are always
Mr. J, you try. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Mr. J. Oh, okay. We'll get back to Mr. J shortly on this one. Okay, Mr. J is already here in the studio to talk about everything sports, and we'll be doing justice to that on the show. Okay, feel free to be part of the show. The show is gonna be jumpy, gonna be exciting. I tell you, gonna be entertaining, and that I can really assure you. Okay, guys, let's go straight to the action as we move straight into the foreign scene. Okay, guys, let's go straight to action. Let's go straight to action quickly and go to the U Champions League proper. Like we did tell you, let's begin, of course, from the game that will be played. The biggest game. Don't forget, there are so many games to go down tonight. We have Juventus versus PSV Eindhoven. Young Boys take on Aston Villa. Both games start 5:45 p.m. So a minute from now, you got AC Milan take on Liverpool. That's for 8 p.m. Bayern Munich versus Dynamo Zagreb. Real Madrid will take on VfB Stuttgart. Sporting will take on Lille. Both games, all those games are for 8 p.m. But let's start off, of course, from the big one between AC Milan and Liverpool. These are former winners of the UEFA Champions League. They meet at the San Siro. We had Federico Chiesa is in the Liverpool match day squad for the Champions League opener at AC Milan, but will not start at the San Siro. The 26-year-old winger joined the Red from Juventus for 10 million naira in August and has yet to feature for the new club. Asked about Chiesa's inclusion, Liverpool manager and Slot said it's just too early for him to play 90 minutes. Liverpool are playing their first Champions League match after a year away, having completed in the Europa League last season. Liverpool have suffered a shock 1-0 home defeat to Nottingham Forest on Saturday. They have no fresh injury problem. Tyler Morton has also travelled with a 23-man squad. 21-year-old midfielder spent last season on loan at Hull City. Before we go to the game, let's talk about some people who were talking about how the conjunction of game. We hear that the Liverpool plays all the finals of the competition. They will play as much as 65 games this season. First of all, first player who spoke about it was Alisson. Talking about Alisson, you know, he's the goalkeeper of Liverpool. He says nobody asks the players about adding more games. Instead, they just get to hear about it. In his word, he said sometimes nobody asks the players what they think about adding more games. Maybe our opinion doesn't matter, but everybody knows what we think about having much game. Everybody is tired of that. The word of Alisson, and of course, if you listen to this man, Rodri, speak, he said that players, talking about Rodri of Manchester City, he said players are close to going on strike. Yes, in protest at the increase in game. Still, they will face Milan on Wednesday. That game is not today, it's on Wednesday. But this is what he had to say. He said, I think we are close to that. If it keep this way, it will be a moment that we have no other option. But let's see how it goes. This is talking about player strike. Rodri.
Sports Bishop, sincerely, I think the number of games that players have to play in a season is becoming overwhelming.
Okay.
One, once a season starts, this week in, week out, unless you are not good or unless you are injured.
Okay.
If you are good, you're either playing for your club or you are playing for your country. And not just week in, week out. Even midweek games are also there, cup competitions.
You have the EFL Cup as well.
Exactly, in all the leagues, wherever you are playing. And players aspire to be that good. And if you are good, then that means it will be a crime for you to rest. You understand? And no
Do these players have a point in the sense that
very
because Rodri is complaining about the fact that
that is where
the goalkeeper of Addison is saying that
that is where I'm going. Sports Bishop, players are, if you are good, you play every week.
Okay.
Even if there is FIFA international break, you are also going to play for your nation. That means you play virtually every week.
Okay.
And if your club is in cup competition, you are also there in midweek.
You play a game every 3 days.
That one is already a big burden on them. Okay. And then UEFA.
But what about the squad in depth? Some teams have 30, 25.
How many teams have the well without to have that number of
but if you are playing for a team like Liverpool, you should be able to have such a number of players. Messi does.
No,
Liverpool should.
Clubs. What I see in this whole thing is my advice is clubs should just have priority. What they
priority.
Yeah. They should have priority.
But I think it's a crime for a big team to go into a competition saying that this one may not be important to us. I think every competition, every trophy should be important to every team.
Look at now. Even with the way this Champions League is this time around, from day one, from the get go, is now all matches are very crucial. It's unlike the former style that, maybe you play first 2 games, you look at a lower club, you are going to play them home and away. Maybe you go to their home, you batter them, coming to your home, you use your academy boys at least to rest the key player.
Yeah.
But this time around,
it's like a league format.
It's like every match counts now. So the players are not going to rest, and then the number also increase. So I'm strongly behind the players who are coming out to shout. If you could remember when they introduced UEFA Nations League, some players also cried out at the number of games and the hectic competition they are going into. And now the club competition, UEFA club competition, has also increased in number. Yes, no doubt, more money for UEFA, more money probably for the players because they are going to play more games. But then what about the strength? The health
of this place
to cope with this.
Anyway, let's take this message. This one says, "Good evening, Sport Bishop Franklin from Area 1. Adama Lukman is the next African Player of the Year. To me, he has no competitor. The young winger has carved a niche for himself, proving it week in, week out. You agree with me that everything is going right for the Nigerian players all around Europe. We just need a good coach to harness this team anytime they are called upon for national duties." And Musa planning a return to active football. My question is it the MPFL club he will join that will pay him, or he will be the one to play the club? I think he should just retire and go into other things within the sports sector. Regards to the Uncle Fine, but I believe he's doing well off the mic. He's doing well. Thank you very much, Franklin from Area 1. Franklin has talked about but let's not go back to what the Admiral Lukman issue about CAF. But let's stay with the Champions League. Now, first game, AC Milan, Liverpool. Big game. Liverpool are coming from a loss to Northern Forest in the Premier League. First time losing to them in over 30 years. And then
but besides this, don't even go far and don't go into elaborating it. But Liverpool and AC Milan in Champions League is always a mouth-watering encounter. Right from ages. These are teams who are well experienced, who have won this competition very
Should they be scared of AC Milan? AC Milan has not had the best of start in their Serie A season, but they won their last game 4-0 to them.
Sports Bishop, we are not talking of their local league this time around. If you had me, I say if it comes to Champions League and it is AC Milan versus Liverpool,
the world has
Liverpool
to shake.
Versus AC Milan, the world has to shake. It's a mouth-watering encounter that it can go either way. You understand? It's always interesting fixture for football lovers to see Liverpool and AC Milan meeting in Champions League games.
Okay, guys, let's not go into prediction because I told you the winners of the prediction will get something of the team. Liverpool going away to the San Siro. AC Milan 4-0 in good form. Liverpool, they stuttered at the weekend. Do you think that Liverpool can go there and get all 3 points to kickstart the Champions League season?
I won't be looking at Liverpool picking all the points, but I'm seeing a Liverpool who is going there like a wounded lion. They are going there. They are already hot with the shock defeat and a record that they've been holding for 30 years, allowing that Nottingham Forest have broken it. Well, that is by the way, because that is league game. This is Champions League, and every team has to start very well.
Absolutely.
And Liverpool has been doing well ever since the kickoff of this season. Then San Siro is the home of AC Milan.
But it's not been a fortress in recent times.
Yeah, it hasn't been a fortress. But then, I am looking at the competition, not just the game. This competition is.
So it's a different bromance.
Exactly, everything is going to be different this time. I won't even say. I'm looking at. I can't place my. I don't know where to pitch my tent in this fixture, but I'm seeing both sides. It could go either side's way or a draw.
Aston Villa will be in action as well, which is their first UEFA Champions League in a very long time, 41 years since they played in this competition. I know it's young boys. You say, oh, they should beat young boys. But Aston Villa are not a big name in quote in European football, you know. So, but you expect Unai Emery to get a job done against this team.
Unai Emery this is Champions League and not a Europa League.
Okay.
Even though Unai Emery has been there in UEFA competitions before now.
Okay.
Aston Villa on their own, they have a very good team now, and they are going to show what they are made of. But then we have seen young boys doing well
in the Swiss
lately
league,
compared to Aston Villa. So
young boys are in the lower league, so they can be qualified. It's not like said Ajax qualifies every year to the Champions League, but because of the league they play. But now they're not even. So.
Exactly.
We're not sure Aston Villa may even qualify next season.
But then we're not sure. But I am seeing a shocker. I'm seeing young boys having a result over Aston Villa.
You heard it from Jay, not me. So when you're doing your predictions, OJ responsible. Okay, the game between Juventus and PSV Eindhoven has begun. We're waiting for the kickoff of the game between Young Boys and Aston Villa as well. In that encounter, Juventus, it's goalless between Juventus and PSV Eindhoven. Let me talk about that one so we can let that one go. Juventus, PSV, the lineups is out already. The team looks a bit star-studded for Thiago Motta. You're going for 4-2-3 formation. There's Locatelli, Vlahovic, Nico Gonzalez, Coop Miners, McKennie, Kalulu, Gatti, the captain, you know. So this is a strong squad. Do you think they can beat PSV at the Allianz Arena?
Now, if you we are saying all these things because Juve is no longer what they
used to be. Before we have said they will blow them away.
That's why we are talking about it.
Yeah,
and then,
the Allianz Stadium. Yeah.
And football goes with present form. It's still dicey, but I see Juve doing this one over PSV.
Let's run. Bayern Munich, Dynamo Zagreb, a win for Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
No doubt. Real Madrid, VfB Stuttgart, a win for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are struggling. Even they had to get to 2 penalties to beat Real Sociedad at the weekend.
They will win this one. This is Champions League, and this is Bernabeu.
And then Sporting Lisbon, Lille. Where do you go?
Sporting Lisbon.
Lisbon, Lille.
I'm seeing a draw in that game.
Wow. I don't know where Jay is seeing his crystal balls, but it seems to be seeing a lot of shockers. But guys, you can't tell me what you feel. The numbers is up for you to talk to me. Send me a WhatsApp message. Let's talk Champions League football. WhatsApp voice note, SMS. Call me on the 2 numbers, whether it's WhatsApp call or normal call. Let's have fun. Champions League football is back. Match day 1. The biggest game has to be AC Milan vs Liverpool. Talk to me. 0808-312-8618. 0808-312-8618 or 0700 010-961 961 700 010-961-961. Don't forget, AC Milan has got so many players with English, some English touch. You have Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Yeah. I said Tammy Abraham is from England. You have Fikayo Tomiri, I saw who played is from England. You have players who have been in the English league before, like Christian Pulisic. Not forgetting the man who played in the midfield, who also is who has got English. I'm talking about the midfielder from Chelsea. Come on, he was being deemed the next Michael Ballack, and it did just happen for him.
Love to
stick. So they've got a lot of English connection in AC Milan. Let's see what happens in that encounter. Let's not shift our attention now to this one happening. Man United, unfortunately, their mates are playing Champions League football. They'll be playing in the EFL Cup 3rd round. They've got to meet again with Barnsley. Their run of form has been poor, I must tell you. 2 losses, 1 draw, just 2 wins, and that win against Southampton was quite sketchy. but they got there at the
You
end.
call it a sketchy?
Very sketchy.
No.
Come on, man. They were second best throughout the game. They were Southampton were inexperienced. They should have blown my
Why are you calling Southampton inexperienced in Premier League? We are talking of Premier League. They've been there, they went down, and they come back.
Let's take this call. Hello, what's the name where you calling from? Hello, good evening. What's the name where you calling from? Hello, good evening. Oh, wow. You do have to call us back 0808-312-8618, 0808-312-8618, 0700-010-961-961. I'm telling you that Southampton was very, very young. The coach had a very young team. But let's take this call. Hello, what's the way you calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
My name is Uche Baka from Airport.
Uche Baka, how you doing?
I'm cool.
Uche, talk to us.
Only guy when boys they do. No.
What did they happen now, Uche Baka?
No, like how?
What did they happen?
I don't like how.
Your mates are going to play in the. Okay. Sorry.
Uche,
I know where he's going.
Uche, talk to me.
I know where he's
Uche,
going.
don't mind him. Talk to me.
I know where you are going, Uche Baka. There is God.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
How work, sir?
Work is fine, oh.
Championship night. We're back again.
We're back again.
The hour has come. If you go now, you go to say, the hour has come. I thought I'm not going to pray for God. Well, I won't be best in this night for best of the Lord. Better team, oh. No, but I'll just ask him now. Okay, man, you know, even the champion. Okay.
They play FA Cup third round.
But Man is playing, no. Man is playing game tonight too.
Cup.
But it's a competitive match.
Oche, don't forget, you don't tell where you play Europa League. So don't you have my United.
No, is it now they go from they go back again.
Okay.
Now good night, sir.
Okay, guys, I keep the calls coming. I think that was he just called in to give a spite at the Man United fans who be playing.
Yeah, but Man U, apart from if you ask me, I would think that I would say Man U has rediscovered their form.
Let's take this call. Hello, what's the way you calling from?
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to the gentleman in
Good evening.
Good evening. Match day live.
Yeah, this is my member, Dr. Dennis Macha, the place of Manchester Madrid.
Talk to me.
The only doctor in the whole world, but another doctor, the Akianta.
Okay, talk to me.
Yeah, good evening to the gentleman.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, Champions League is back. You know, now, Champions League look at both on Thursday now, they play our big.
Yeah, that Thursday. Champions League Thursday now. They play at
all of us now.
Hey, don't tell
me. You want to go and watch a Thursday. If your club no get fans, I don't just say they go show your team.
Honestly.
Because as I be there like this now, if you are invited to a fan, you are ready that your own is completely, he must show you.
Yes.
They go show out.
Okay.
But what was maybe my better? You want me Papa for them, we pray for Papa for them, make the girl afford to pass the vision.
But Man U is playing tonight too.
Then I don't, and I know the people who don't see 100, not to get them. So they play tonight. What are they say? They play this one, they play this one. Today na Tuesday. And my team Manchester don't play today.
Yes.
And Madrid is play today. What do you get?
That is it. No difference. Man U is playing tonight.
Today na Tuesday. And Man U is play today.
That is it. But they fear now. They say which I go fix it.
We dey hear you.
Today na Tuesday. Tuesday na what you na Champions League. No, Man U is play today. Madrid is play today.
Are you going to see Man U match on TV? Are you going to see the Man U match on TV?
Which
TV go show him.
Dr. Dile.
Calm down.
Okay.
Dear Stephen, I the show him.
Okay, I hear you.
Who's why they show that League?
Okay.
Now who's why they show that League?
Dr. Dile, no worries. Okay, no worry, Dr. Dile.
Oh yeah, now I'm going together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Dilly there. Come on, guys. Maybe we'll take one or few calls before we go. Let's give you other games to look out for in the EFL Cup. We have Stoke City playing Fleetwood Town. Blackpool will take on Sheffield Wednesday. Brentford will take on Leyton Orient. Everton will take on Southampton. Preston North End will take on Fulham. QPR will take on Crystal Palace. And of course, the almighty Manchester United 8 p.m. will take on Barnsley. That game is for 8 p.m. in the EFL Cup. One game in the Spanish La Liga. Mallorca will take on Real Sociedad. That game will be 6 p.m. So 2 games have begun. Young Boys vs Aston Villa is goalless after 8 minutes. And of course, Juventus vs PSV Eindhoven also goalless after 9 minutes. As we're expecting those calls coming in more, we want to hear from you. Keep sending in your text, your WhatsApp messages, your WhatsApp call, your call. Let's quickly let you know, of course, that we hear that teams like Crystal Palace, Ipswich Town are interested in Chelsea defender Ben Chilwell. Despite the guy returning to the Chelsea first team training section, we hear the team looking for a way to sign the man who has got 21 England cap to his name. In other sports, one man said in boxing, says he's been through a lot of pain. His name is Anthony Joshua, and he hopes that pain would not repeat itself because he hates losing. He's reminiscent of his loss to Usyk a while ago. Emma Raducanu is doing well in the Korea Open in Seoul. She ended a hard-fought tough win against Peyton Stearns. Peyton Stearns in the first round of the Korean Open. She won that game 7-6, 7-6 against the 48th ranked American opponent just after 2 hours and 43 minutes. And for those who were thinking whether the Commonwealth game would not hold, scratch that. We had Glasgow will host the 2026 Commonwealth Games after a deal has been backed by the Scottish government. The scaled-down version of the event featuring fewer sports and athletics will return to the city 12 years after it hosted the games. The Australian state of Victoria was originally chosen to stage the multi-sport event, but withdrew due as host due to rising costs. Australian authority has promised a multi-million pound investment to help finalize the deal. Okay, guys, before we walk out, you've had your take on the Champions League. Now we're putting Man United. Are we going to be seeing Man United in the 4th round of the EFL Cup? Can Barnsley cause an upset?
No. I was going to talk about Man U, but no time again.
No, you have to.
Man U has
60
already
seconds.
picked form with the way they played Southampton. That you want to play down. For what I see is improvement in Manchester United.
Are we going to be seeing Anthony?
Pick this call before, if it's possible.
Are we going to be seeing Anthony?
1 minute.
Okay, let's take this call.
Yeah.
Hello, what's the way you calling from?
Hello.
My brother.
1 minute, 40 seconds. Thank you.
Good evening. 60 seconds, quickly.
God bless both of you. What time Liverpool they play 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock,
What time they play 8 o'clock?
By 8 o'clock.
That's why you're back again. Me, I'm asking you which TV.
Which one you go watch? Which one you go watch?
My brother got time to watch.
All right, thank you.
No wahala, Dr. Dili, no wahala. Okay, Tom, massive thank you, Jay, for being part of the show.
Thank you very much.
And massive thank you for you guys who listen to us. You guys are the MVP. The reason we come here every other day is because you are over there. Thank you, Franklin, as well, for your message on WhatsApp as well. Don't forget, the show will continue tomorrow, being your speakers again, 5 to 6 p.m., 1 hour of sport extravaganza. Like I love to say, keep talking sport, keep living sport. Sport is life. Life will be meaningless without sport. From me and Mr. J, we say we're done and we're gone. God bless, no stress. Adios. Up next is the news around the world. Bye for now and have yourself a wonderful evening rest.